Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm Shubham and you're watching Let's Create an App. So this is part 8 of auto layout and constraint video series, and in the previous parts we have talked about how we can use multipliers, how we can use aspect ratio, how we can manage the code, and we have created this travel app UI in this series. And if you are new to the channel, please watch this complete series. The link of the series was mentioned in the I button as well as in the description. You can go and check this series. And in this series we have completed all these tutorials, that all these screens, and in the previous tutorial we have completed this screen. So now we are going to cover this screen because I guess this screen is really very easy. There is a simple table view and a search bar, or you can say that there is a text field in a view. So you can create this thing to your own by watching the previous tutorials. So I guess this is very easy screen. Now we are going to cover this screen, and this screen is really complicated because we have a table view, and in the table cell we have to put a collection view. So we have to do many things in this tutorial. So this tutorial will be very exciting. And if you like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get the notifications of all my other video. Don't forget to share the video. So let's start the video. Let's create an app. Now let's move to the Xcode and just click on this Xcode. And now we have to just see that on which tab. So it was in the Explore tab. This screen is on the Explore tab. So let's move on the Explore tab in the Xcode. So this is a Explore tab over here, and we have to create that screen on this view controller. So just simply take our table view, just drag and drop table view over here like this, and give constraints to this table view. Just uncheck this thing, and from all the four sides it should be 0 like this. And now we have to take one prototype cell on this table view. So just take one prototype cell, something like this, and just increase the little bit height for this cell, and just give up data source and delegate of this this table view like this. Now just drag and drop one collection view in this table view. Sorry, I just clicked on some other button. So like this, and just type collection view over here like this, and just drag and drop collection view in this table view. So from all the four sides we can give 0, but we have to just add this thing as a header of this cell. So we can design this thing according to our need, but I'm only taking this label, and this thing was in the collection view part. So let's move on the Xcode. So now let's give constraints to this collection view. So before giving constraints to this collection view, we have to first drag and drop one label so that we can give a name to this every cell. Just we see in the UI like this. So just give a constraints to this label first. So for that we have to give a 10 from top, 20 from left, or let's see the image. So it's always come from here, so that's cool. 10 from top, just remove this constraint to margin. 10 from top, 20 from left, and 0 from right, something like this. Now let's give constraints to this collection view, and from top it should be 8 pixels, and 20 from left, and 0 from right, and 0 from bottom, something like this. So just we have given a constraints to a collection view as well as this label. Now let's design a cell of this collection view. So for designing a cell, I'm just taking a simple image and a name, nothing more than that. So just take an image view, something like this, and drag and drop image view in this cell. Now we only need to give a three constraints to this image view from all the three sides: top, leading, and trailing, 0. And we are not fixing any height for this collection view because we have to take one label. Just give me a minute, I'll show you why we don't need to give a height to this image view. So just remove the size for this label, and just assign constraints to this label. So from bottom it should be 4 pixel, from left it be 0, from right it should be 0, and that's only constraints we need to provide. Make it center, and now give a bottom constraints to this image view, and that is 4 pixels, something like this. So it will automatically take an image according to its own needs. So give a basic image just like we have given up previously, image 3, and just the name, or it's showing that it is not completely uh, satisfying the constraints, because let's see over here. So it's showing it's not satisfying the constraints, definitely because the image, I think, will be more or big in size. So let's make it aspect fill, and just clip to bound this thing, so it will work fine. uh, okay, let's see, there's some other issue. This is showing that compression resistance is okay. So we can do like change the priorities. So we have to change the priority that which will be increase at the runtime. So the image will be increased, so we are changing the priorities, and it will do this thing automatically. So we have learned that priorities also changes. So now our cell is ready. We can reduce a little bit size for this cell also. It's, yeah, like this. So if you see that the image size will automatically increases whenever we reduce the size of this label. So this is a priority that which element will be increased at runtime if the size is vary. Now let's move to the controller. Also, there is no controller assigned to this view controller, so just create one more controller, and the name of this file should be like explore view controller, because we are working on a uh, explore view controller like this, and just create this thing. Now let's move to the storyboard again and assign this controller to this view controller, explore view controller. Copy this thing and assign a storyboard ID also the same as explore view controller, something like this. Now we have to take one more class for TableViewCell. So just create one group over here, new group, and it should be like explore TableCell, something like this. So it will identify that which TableCell classes are in this group. So just add one more file, and that should be like UITableViewCell type. So just change this thing from over here, that UITableViewCell type, and it should be like explore TableViewCell, something like this, and create this thing. So we have created one TableViewCell type class. Now let's move on this storyboard again, and just move on this controller like this. Now let's create or do some coding so that we can work and get that kind of functionality. So just create an outlet for this table view. So it's like table view like this. Now let's give data source and delegates. So just create one extension, and it's explore view controller, and it will be like UI table view delegate and UI table view data source like this. So we need to confirm these two protocols to perform table view functions. Now we have to confirm these protocols. Now we have to create cells. Number of rows in section is like return 5. We are returning a random number, but basically this will come from the API, that how much data we are getting from the API, it's totally depend on that number. So we have to put this return 5 something else if we are using this thing in some real-time application. Now we have to create one cell. So let cell is equals to UI table view, or we can simply use table view dot dq reusable identifier, and the name of this cell, it should be like we didn't give any name to this cell, so let's give some name, and that is simply use cell like this, and copy this thing and give a string to cell, and it should be like index path only. Now it's showing an error that we need to return this cell. Definitely we need to return this cell. And if you don't know how we can populate a table view, if you don't know anything about table view, you can go and watch out my complete tutorial series of table view. The link of that video series was mentioned in the description as well as in the I button. You can go and check this thing. Now we have to do one more thing, that the class which we have assigned to this cell, we have to assign that class to this cell also. Means like on the storyboard. So just move on this cell and just assign this class to this cell. So it's like explore table view cell, something like this. And even we can change the identifier to the same name as a class. So just change over here, and let's check that it is working fine or not. So before moving forward, I just found out one mistake that we have done, that is a explore table view cell. So we don't need to make an extension of this thing. We have to make an extension of explore view controller. So like this. Now let's run this thing and check that it is working fine or not. So I guess it will work according to me. The only thing that will not come is a collection view, because we didn't write anything for a collection view. So let's move on explore, and it's simply coming like this. So let's change one more thing, that is a height for right index path. So height for right index path, and in this we have to return the height for this collection view cell. So simply you can give a height, whatever height is, like 150. So we can simply return 140 or 130 will also be good, but 140 will be much better, like this. So let's move on explore, and the collection is not coming. Definitely collection view will not come, because we didn't do anything regarding a collection view. So now let's move forward and look how we can make this collection view. So just jump on this collection view table view cell class like this, and the things which we want to do with collection view, all the related tasks are written in this table view cell, because the collection views belong to table view. So just like if we want to give any data source and delegate, just like we have given a table view data source delegate to view controller. Similarly, if we want to give a collection view data source and delegate, we have to give these two things to this table view cell, because the parent of this collection view is table view cell, not the view controller. So all the things which are related to this collection view are assigned in this table view cell. So just create the outlet of this collection view like this, and now let's give a this data source and delegate of this collection view. So just simply like collection view dot delegate equals to self, means this table view cell, collection view dot data source equals to self, like this. So by doing this thing, it will work completely fine. Now we have to give the delegate methods of this collection view. So for that, now we have to extension this thing or extend this thing, and the things which we need to extend is a UI collection view delegate, one method, and data source, UI collection view data source, something like this. Now we have to create two methods, or we have to confirm two protocols, and the two protocols are similarly like we have confirm the protocol in table view. So number of sections or number of items in section. So simply return 7 or 8, it's up to you. This will definitely come from API. Now we have to create one cell for this collection view. So simply let cell equals to collection view dot dq with reusable cell identifier, and in this we have to write cell, and in this index path, something like this. Now let's give a identifier to this cell. So simply identifier like cell which we have provided. Now let's return this thing, return cell, something like this. One more thing which we have to provide it is the height, or maybe we can say that the size for this cell. So for that we have to confirm one more protocol, and that is a flow layout delegate protocol. So UI collection view flow layout delegate flow layout, this one, and in this we have one method that is a size for item at. So we have to use that thing, size for item at, and in this we have to return the CG size type thing. So simply return CG size, and in this we have to use this method which will take a float and height and width. So the width and height of this cell should be like same which we have created over here. So it's 92 and 102. So we can take 90 and 102. 190, I mean, like this, 190 like this. Now let's run this thing and check that it is working fine or not. uh, let's see. Now our application is get run. Now let's click on explore, and it's completely working fine, but the scrolling of this collection view is not working correctly. So let's make that these things working correctly. So like, we have to enable the scroll, we have to show, don't show the indication, as well as scroll direction should be like horizontal. Okay, now let's run this thing and check that it is working fine or not. Now click on explore, and all the things are working fine as we want in the, which we have seen in the application. So let's look into the demo, and it's almost completely working same, and you can give the radius of these cells as we have learned in the previous tutorial. So you can go ahead and give these kind of a things, and maybe there are two, you can create two kind of a cells. Thus this is a one cell, this is a second cell, because there is something different in this cell. So it's completely up to you that how you can do this kind of a thing, how you can combine these things. So you can combine, and it's completely looking fine, and definitely there are many things which we have left in this tutorial. I will definitely cover these things in the next tutorial, so maybe in some future. Just I'm just planning to create a UI for a home screen of any e-commerce application. In that screen there are various things, so we definitely go through all these things in the next tutorial. And this is for today. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button, and if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get the notifications of all my other videos. So meet you in the next video. Thank you.